Hey, so I'm near Parkersburg, and I did an expert case on a carbon monoxide poisoning case. So usually on the way up and down to these places I go to, I make a few stops, and so this is an abandoned facility near railroad tracks. And usually, what I'll do is when I'm looking for these places, I'll get on Google Earth and follow railroad tracks into certain towns, and then find out what that town did, and then you might find a paper mill or something that was near the tracks or near a river. Um, and so here I'm parking my car, and this is kind of crazy. This is very dangerous to do this kind of stuff and you'll see in one of the videos why it's not a smart thing to do what I just did right there. Um, and so I left my car there, right? And so it's locked up, and you know sometimes you wonder if these places are really empty, and if people are watching you. And that was one of the reasons why, in my earlier videos in the winter, I'd wear these long leather coats that were really scary looking. And let me move on here. Let's just go inside this building so you can see what it looked like. And so um, I'd wear these long coats so people saw me. They didn't know if I was carrying anything. And I'm a big dude, and basically that worked out pretty good. And you'd hear people scattered, and sometimes you'd be in a building, and you look out a window, and you see people running, maybe homeless or bums. And we've walked into meth labs, or almost walked into meth labs, or old meth labs for sure. And so there's all kind of crazy activity going on around these areas, especially that aren't being policed. The cops aren't coming here, man. You got to take that dirt road. They're not going down that dirt road. And sometimes you get stuck, which is a problem too, because if you get stuck, who's going to help you? The bum. Huh? So here we are. We're inside here. This is next to the railroad tracks, um, and you could tell this place has been really, really vacant for a long time. Um, it's sound and stable. It's concrete floors and brick, very dusty. And on a windy day, you want to be careful too because of the dust has got in this case, possible lead paint or asbestos. And, who knows. And this was a couple stories. I didn't go up on the roof on this one. Um, and what I'm doing is I'm actually live on Facebook just in case something happens to me. Somebody knows where I'm at. Um, a lot of times you don't get reception, especially in these concrete buildings. I don't know about this 5G now, how that works, but I always had a hard time with my cell phones. Um, there's my cell phone. So I'm walking through this place. It's kind of cool. They're really, I'm a civil engineer, so I'm into this. Okay, I like to see how they built the columns, like these. Are they reinforced concrete columns? Do they have stirrups? Do they have structural steel in them? Is it high strength concrete? You know, I like to look at the way they did construction joints and the way they poured it, monolithic pours, how they did the brick, how they did the steel, the welds. And let me turn this down. I'm like talking to myself on the phone. And so for me, it's really cool. I also like, the graffiti, and I learn a lot from these buildings because the walls are down, and you learn, and you get to see like ceilings, like right there, see that ceiling, the rebars, the reinforcement is starting to rust, and then how they built buildings in the past, and how moisture causes rusting and damage to the structures. Um, and so this was obviously a yard of some sort outside, and of course you find homeless remnants. All right, and it's a good place for shelter. In the wintertime, I remember one time I went into an abandoned power plant down in Louisiana. That was totally insane because I lost my flashlight. But I ran into people in there, and he told me where not to go. And people were living; they had their own little rooms, like on the fourth floor, above a cooling tower or below a cooling tower. One guy lived in a big steel safe area, and Make sure you don't have a whole lot of money in your wallet, like maybe 30, 40 bucks maximum. The rest you want to hide. And then keep a 10 or 20 in your pocket to hand to a bum, okay? And if you got any food or water in your backpack, that helps too. Sometimes they want water. Um, and usually when they see, a guy with a camera, you just tell them you're a photographer. They'll leave you alone. So let's go down to what I was talking about, which is a bad idea. I think it was in this video. So I'm back outside, and let me get rid of this thing. So I'm going to start heading back to the car. Okay, okay, so, all right, time to walk back to the car. Now, sometimes you leave a car alone, other people see it. And you can see if I would have been there any longer, you'll see me, the girl, and who knows, she might be the lady of the evening in the evening, and she lives out here. A lot of these people are on heroin and drugs. You want to be careful. You could tell, the way they walk by you, the way they talk to you, how they look. And so you never know, and she's definitely not by herself. And you'll see her come walking by on her cell phone. And still looking at these concrete structures, these columns. 1910, I'm talking about the age of the concrete. And see the rebar rusting? We talked about that. Bethlehem steel, 60 grade steel, right? So I'm getting into Marko civil engineering stuff here. So here I go, coming to my car, and I'll check this out. Watch this. I'm going to my car, and I don't think she knew I was coming back out.
I'm not going there. No. I'm going live for today. Oh, we got smokestacks. That's partially abandoned.
Okay, so I guess I did walk past the car. I haven't watched his videos in 5 years, but I think it's coming up now. And so I'm heading to my car, and it's like, all right, dude, you've been here an hour or two. Probably long enough for people to scope out my car too. And so they're probably ready to go in and rob me. And so it looked like this girl was due one last check and didn't expect me to come out. And there she is, just walking down this road. I mean, what is she doing out here? She definitely doesn't have a camera on. Look at her. Looks like she probably just got up, got her maybe she got her hit. She's not walking to school. There she is, talking on the phone. Oh, back off. Look, he's here. I'm going to keep going. And the guy's probably saying, baby, just get out of there, baby, get out of there, get out of there. And I'm thinking, Marko, you get out of there. You get out of there. And I'm like, okay, get out, because I don't know what I'm going to run into. I get robbed. That was very strange. Anyways, hey, another fun abandoned video. Oh, by the way, I do have a service for house issues, house problems. If you have structural problems, right? Your porch reinforcements rotting and whatever, and you can't find anybody to solve your problem. I've been doing this for 40 years, 18,000 inspections, and I can obviously help you out anywhere in the country. Just call me, and you just Google call Marko with a question, Marko with a K. And it's $29. You get 15, 20 minutes. Send me some photos. I'll ask you a bunch of questions. We'll solve your problem, especially if nobody else can. I'm pretty good at this. And for $29, you can also get video if you need to put it on YouTube for if you're suing somebody because they did a bad job on your driveway or whatever. We can do that too, and write reports, whatever you like. Below, I do have some products. I'm an Amazon affiliate. Up there, ring the bell. Hey. If you friend me on Facebook, make sure I am and tell me who you are. And then as far as home inspection videos, I will continue those out throughout the winter. Check it out, rate, subscribe, like, hit the bell. Hey, thanks for coming on.